If you look behind me, they can't take this away from me. That's why I'm in Florida. You know, it's hideous what's going on. I mean, when you're banning gas stoves, it's one of the more reasons why normal people, never mind business people that own restaurants, are leaving this hellhole of New York City.
Wait, hold up. Flashback to the beginning of the clip. Why is it that he's saying, you can't take this away from me, if he is in Florida, but the new restrictions are in New York?
If you look behind me, they can't take this away from me. That's why I'm in Florida.
Does he not know where he is?
Not one hearing on school safety, right, in the 6 months we've been here, but we had countless hearings on gas stoves. I mean, look, I went around my entire district, okay? And by the way, I represent affluent areas in my district. They have really nice gas stoves, Vikings, I'm sure, okay? Not a single one of them has called me or emailed me about their gas stove, but I do hear that they're worried about their kids in school.
The state of New York recently approved a $229 billion state budget that bans natural gas stoves and furnaces. And here comes the key part: in most new construction buildings, in an effort to cut down on carbon emissions. Meaning, in the words of Governor Hochul, people with gas stoves, you are welcome to keep using them. You are not affected by this. But see, the right-wing media has to manufacture this into an issue. They have to make it into an issue and rile up their base to demonize the Democrats that just want to do something good for the world, God forbid.
Scaring the American people. And that's what it is. They're constantly creating a boogeyman, right? It's all about the government's coming for you. They're going to take away your rights. We're losing the country. It's all about scaring and distracting.
Did you hear that? He used the term boogeyman to describe the right wing constantly manufacturing outrage and fear towards the issues that they themselves created in order to rile up their largely white, male, elderly audience. Oh, and here's another example.
Well, we know the Democrats are a party of, I call them sexocrats in the latest podcast. They're obsessed with one topic only: sex, 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 drugs, and rock and roll.
Wow, rock and roll. That was a nice touch. I bet he thought he was so clever with that nickname. Oh, but wait, it gets better.
Biden actually had the nerve, after those Christian children, school children, were killed just a few weeks ago by the trans maniac who was obviously on drugs. She kills 3 children and 3 adults in the school. And who does Biden have in the White House? Not the hero cops who shot that maniac.
Of course not.
Psycho. Who was he having? He's having the people who protested and wanted gun control rather than trans control in that state.
What in the cockamamie world is trans control? And if that exists, then there must be a cis control, cisgender control. And Republicans wonder why we call many of you homophobic and transphobic. Like, girl, please. Like gas stoves, the right-wing media has to manufacture outrage and create a boogeyman out of non-issues like transgender people just existing. Because what else are they going to talk about? The indictment of a former president for possessing classified documents he was not supposed to have? Or how wealth inequality has been exacerbated under the Republican idea of trickle-down economics? Or how Republicans voted against funding mental health measures to end this rapid gun violence epidemic? For your information, since you didn't ask, most of our mass shootings have been done by men. 97% have been done by men, cisgender men, not trans people. So honestly, what would stop me from wanting to propose cis control or cisgender control? It's kind of borne out by the facts, but that's not the point. The key takeaway is the Republican Party and the right-wing media constantly manufacture outrage on completely made-up, non-substantive issues like gas stoves or transgender people existing, because that constant manufacturing outrage is what the Republican Party needs. It's that grease. That hate and vitriol is the grease that Republican Party needs to keep their machine of hate going. Honestly, it's kind of pathetic making that your entire political stance is just the outward hatred of other people. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. My name is Scott Johnson. You can find more of me on my YouTube, which is in the description below, as well as my TikTok. We had a fantastic morning show this morning, 8,000 viewers. And most importantly, do not forget to smash that subscribe button to the breakdown. You know you want to.